All right, folks, we are back with more Das Masters. Whoops, that's not it. This is it. There it is. CTM Das Masters June 2025. We've got the red bracket for you. I'm not going to go through the whole opening. I mean, I can, but yeah, I can at least show you where we're at. What we are doing is, red bracket. It's going to be Zach versus JDH. Zach, one of the few players I do not have headshot for, so apologies for that. And really, Zach, it's funny because Zach, the way Zach plays is like he's got a camera aimed at his computer hands, like his keyboard. And then there's a mirror in the background that has his head. So it's hard to get a good screenshot of Zach, and Zach's fairly new to comp. So I'll have to get with Zach afterward and make sure we get a proper headshot, right? Because Zach is going to go far in Tetris. Anyway, what we've got for you today is the red bracket, Zach versus JDH. The winner will take on, this guy, Myles. I've heard this guy's really good at Tetris, so we're going to find out. Zach versus JDH, winner versus Myles. Later this month, this will feed into a match that goes, is against Merker. So that is good. We've already got results in 3 other, on the other side, we got, Oof Means Egg, Dog Playing Tetris, Wall Bant. So it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens here because, seed number 32, Oof Means Egg in the top 16. Wall Bant, seed number 28 in the top 16. Meme, seed 31 in the top 16. And here we go. Well, can JDH make it past Zach and Myles and be another 30-plus seed in the top 16 or one of the lower seeds? So we'll see what happens. Really interesting to see what happens there. Just remind you, that is the wrong rules, bro. What are you doing? There it is. Just remind you of our rules here. They are most important for our purposes. Players, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on, and we will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Let's build that app. Says, good to catch you live, Vandy. Thanks. Let's build that app. Appreciate that. So make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. Make sure you don't pause. If you do run into tech issues, just keep playing. We'll sort it out. Just keep playing. Unless you can't. Unless literally the TV turns off, in which case just let it happen. Anyway, the winner does get a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $602.99. There have been big doings in the prize pool in the last 25-30 minutes. We had a big $500 contribution to the prize pool from Scott Gray, 76. So thank you, Scott Gray. Really appreciate that. Scott got us halfway there. And now we're up to 60% of our $1,000 prize pool goal. We are there. We can see the finish line. Guys, let's get, you guys can help get us the rest of the way there. The prize pool is 100% fan funded. Do what you can. Go to go.ctm.gg/DasPrize. Use the Matcherino command to bring up the link. The second one is the one for Das Masters. You can take that to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool Matcherino and log in with your existing Twitch and YouTube account and then contribute. So thank you to everybody who has contributed so far, and a big shout to Scott Gray for contributing. So that is how to support the players and the way to support the channel, one of which, the big one, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Just like these people have done. They have said, we want this thing to continue. We like having all this high-level Tetris action happening. Every single month we've got something. So, thank you everybody for helping to make this happen. And I love doing it. Hopefully you love watching it. And let's keep it going. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. I'm going to flop on over to our play scene here and see what we got. All right, let's go ahead and fix all these cams up while the players do their warm-ups. All right, this should be interesting. This is the camera that we've got to work with, so I guess we're going to do our best. Yeah, we're doing it. There's a. I guess we're gonna zoom in on this face. We're gonna have a big grainy face, I guess. There we go. A big grainy face. An Australian, indeed, a grainy Australian. Zach is the grainiest Australian that we've got. All right, in camera 2, we have got. Let me fix this up. JDH looks to have a sideways cam. All right, so I think I can do this. So if I go right up to the edge here, and I go right up to the edge here, and I go right up to the edge here, and then I turn this around, and I extend this like this. All right, that is not right. All right, I'm trying to figure out a way to do this. Okay, it's fine. That's all right. We'll figure it out. I'm going to flip JDH around. Flip. And I feel like you're a little... I feel like it's a little smush cam there, but... All right, there we go. Now we're good. I can make it just face cam. It would be less grainy. Yeah, if you can do that. It's good. But the problem is I like having the... because it is Das Masters, we do like to have hands at least, played on... even if they're not on camera here, they're at least in your stream. But it would be nice to have face cam. And we'll just trust you. Please don't cheat, Zach. That's what we ask. Don't cheat. How is my day, Vandy? I mean, you've been watching my day mostly. All right, giant face. All right, let me see what we got here. Is face cam required? Yeah, it is. We're trying to spread Tetris far and wide. We're trying to, we're trying to operate this thing at a professional level, so it is required. Okay, now, what's good now, though, is I can get, hold on, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to flash this so that I can make a headshot. Hey, Zach, look at the camera for a second with a nice smile. Or just a neutral face. And then I can screen cap this and I can make a cam for you. I can make a headshot for you. All right, good, perfect. Thank you. All right, great, love it. That works. Now I will go to that. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, now I got a screenshot for your headshot, so we will get a headshot going. All right, you don't have to look anymore. That's fine. You're good. Now it's getting creepy. All right, we're gonna go big face cam, I guess, because that's what we got, and we got to balance it out. So we're gonna go big face cam for these players. All right, so you will have a face cam next time. You're from SA. Is that South? What is that? SA, Australia. South Australia. Is that what it is? Oh my goodness. All right. All right, we will get a face cam for you next time, buddy. So thank you, appreciate your doing that. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces in your chat. There are the pieces. (278FFA) 278FFA. You used a photo from a regional for your headshot instead of your deadlift video? Well, JDH, we're not trying to make a farce out of this, okay? not trying to have you straining like you're dropping a deuce or whatever. And I mean, you know, we're trying to, because if I do one with your meme face, everyone's gonna want a meme face, right? So I don't want to open the door to that. So we're just have reasonable headshots. You know how people are, you know. You're gonna you know how people are. All right, looks like we've got two players here that want to play Tetris, and I want to watch them play Tetris. 278F for a Zach versus JDH. Round one of Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters Red Bracket. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, that is not the right score. This is the right score. There you go. Anyway, on the left side of your screen, it is Zach Gameswell. Apologize, I didn't have a screenshot of a head until this moment, so we will get a headshot in the graphic down at the bottom when we get a chance to. But anyway, Zach, aka Zach Attack, Zach Gameswell, qualified into seed number 19 with a 992,000 average of his best two games played in a 1 hour qualifying period. Zach is from Australia, and as far as I can tell, now this could be wrong, but as far as I could uncover, has a 1.1 million DAS PB. It's good for about 125th on the overall leaderboard. This is Zach's second time in Das Masters. Last month was his first time. So we're going to look to see. I don't know. Zach has not played a lot of competitive Tetris, at least under this name or identity. So I don't know, but seems very, very good. Has a 1.1, made it here into Das Masters. So pretty interested to see how Zach does. On the right side of your screen, it's JDH, qualified in with a 934 from the USA, has a 1. Now, I don't know if this is accurate, but PB I could find says 1.02 million. It's good, and that's in the 200s of PB. And I think this is JDH's second appearance. Is that right? Second appearance in Das Masters. Was in the, is that right? Top 16 in March. Is that right? Oh my goodness gracious. He got a 1.09 on 19 the other day. All right. Anyway, JDH, actually back in the days when we were doing multiple circuits of Das Masters, JDH, as far as I can tell, research here, November 2024 was the winner of the major circuit. You may have also seen JDH at Kansas City and Oklahoma regional tournaments. So Zach, seed 19, JDH number 30. Now we've already had the 32 seed make it into the top 16. We've had the number 30 seed make it into the top 16. JDH trying to make it a sweep for the 30 plus seeds. Should be interesting to see if it happens. Obviously, Zach does not want that to happen. 176 for Zach, 232 for JDH. Now, Zach is playing, actually, both of these players playing on keyboard. So, two keyboard dassers. Galaxy Biscuit says, wait, JDH is American? Why'd I think he was like German or something? I think he's in the United States. I can't speak to his heritage, but I can say I think, yeah, USA, according to the Discord. So 231 for Zach, 287 for JDH. See, we're learning stuff, guys. We're learning stuff about these players. New players are getting known here, and existing players, we're learning more about them, which is exactly what we want to do. 315 for JDH, 257 for Zach. Yeah, so apparently JDH got a 1.09 on 19 the other day. For both of these players, if you advance past today, I will update your little placard down there. So that's your big incentive to win. 385 for JDH, 302 for Zach. Galaxy Biscuit with the tier 1 sub 11 minutes ago. That was courtesy of Tacnerus. So thank you, Tacnerus, and thank you, Galaxy Biscuit. People get PBs so quickly. Yeah, well, yeah, at a certain point they start drying up. They get harder and harder to get, but it is inconvenient. You're right. I wish people would really not play Tetris in between these tournaments, and that way I would never be wrong on the internet. 455 for JDH, 355 for Zach. All right, JDH is into level 20 at 557. 5 lines to go for Zach. He's at 407. 2 lines to go till 19. He takes one more burn line. See if he can build up for another Tetris here. And yeah, that's square. He's just going to have to take a burn into 19. It's okay. 411 transition for Zach. And he's going to take a nice, easy triple here. Tetris for Zach, 444, 599. Oh, JDH going to hang that bar to the left, but able to bring the stack down a couple rows and then get bars over to the left to fill all that in. Get Tetris ready again and get a Tetris 631. It's all right. A little minor crisis averted there with that under das of the long bar. JDH set up again, long bar over, Tetris 666. Zach at 481 gets set up for a Tetris with that L piece. Gonna knock that down with a triple, waiting on a bar. Actually sets up a T-spin setup and nails the T-spin. Set up for a triple dirty, gets it, and a regular column 10, row 1 Tetris ensues. 525 for Zach, 707 for JDH. Tetris for Zach, 586, 747 for JDH. Remember, the winner of this will play against Myles in round 2. It's one of the things I love about this tournament. Is you get to come in here, you get to play DAS, and you get to play against these big name players like Myles and on a kind of more even footing. Zach with a Tetris 652, and he is back by like 20 lines, but also back by 200,000 points. So this is going to be really interesting. JDH with 10 more lines to go until 29. Zach at 690 entry into 26. Usually about 230 more is possible. So maybe we're looking, if he can go, pretty efficient, maybe about a 900,000. This is going to be tough to chase down. 936 is the target. Zach is going to have to be very efficient here. Gets a Tetris 761. I think this is still doable. Possibly might have to get a level 29 Tetris. Okay, that it's not fatal yet because a T can kind of get in there. Oh, but yeah, there is a Tetris. Now he's going to have to find 100,000 points. 3 Tetrises would do it. If he can get like 2 here, and he knows the assignment, he's just going for it right now on the left well, 2 rows up on 19 speed. And no, it's not going to be able to get over. He knew what he had to do. He knew he couldn't really burn too much. Possibly he could have downstacked a little bit more, maybe. But that is going to do it. JDH is going to take game number 1. Possibly he could have downstacked like 2 or 3 more burns and then tried to like set up for one into 29. But definitely Zach understood the assignment and went for it when he could. But it's not going to be enough. So JDH will take game number 1. All right, we're going to pop the pieces in the chat. Yeah, that's a good game. OFOF B6. 0F 0F B6. Those are the seeds. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started here in game 2. JDH up 1-0. Both players taking it almost to the end in game 1. Let's see what they can do here in game number 2. All right, JDH with the push down points. Lots of push down happening on JDH's side. In the official match database, Zach has only 6 previous games. So community tier 1 played against Maestro and Maddie in April, and then ended up dropping a set to Shake. And then Futures won a game in May, dropping the next one to Neo. And then just last month's Das Masters to Maestro. So really only 6 games in the match database for Zach. So I really don't know his story, where he came from. I don't know really much about him at all. So very interested in that. But clearly an excellent DAS player, good PB, and obviously, you know, good stacker here. So very interesting. And honestly, JDH does not have that many matches. So JDH first competitive match in the database is Josh Tolles at the Kansas City Regional. Has some regional, you know, Kansas City, Stillwater, DAS Major Circuit, World Circuit, and then DAS Masters. So, you know, JDH only has 15 matches in the match database. So between these two players, only 21 total matches in the match database. That might be like the lowest in a long time, like since competitive Tetris, like you know, at a high level, which is actually pretty crazy. 177 for Zach, 268 for JDH. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. Tetris for Zach, 207. Yeah, so a combined 21 total competitive matches for these two players. That is actually it's pretty crazy. But I don't know. To me, this is like, and like all of JDH's are either regionals or DAS Masters. So again, I like DAS Masters. You know, it's like bringing other people to the forefront, and I like it. All right, 256 for Zach. A skimming at Tetris there for Zach, 279. 395 for JDH. In JDH's first DAS Masters, that was, or second DAS Masters, that was back in March. Won matches against Vance and Nenu. Those are two pretty tough players to come in and take 2 games in a row out of. Well, that's pretty good. 450 for JDH, 372 for Zach. By the way, we've got more DAS Masters for y'all tomorrow. A lot of it, actually. 488 into 19 for JDH. There's a Tetris room, 514. Zach is 5 lines away. JDH has been pushing down most of the time, and that I think accounts for the big disparity in lines. But tomorrow we've got another yellow bracket, so that's going to be another top 16er determined. We've got the blue and purple top 16. That's going to be Dog versus Andy, Bendy versus Wallbant, and then winner versus winner. Not winter versus winter, but winner versus winner. 570 for JDH. Zach is into level 20 at 470. And then we'll have DAS Masters. This is the final preliminary bracket. Pink bracket, Rorschach versus Colby. Winner versus Scotto Bozo. So by the end of tomorrow, we'll finish all the preliminary rounds. We'll be into the top 16 rounds in DAS Masters. Then Sunday, we've got a bunch of Masters. We got 2 top 16 brackets. It's going to be 8 total matches of Masters on Sunday. So a ton of Tetris. Guys, we are doing so much Tetris. What the heck? Why is there so much Tetris? 650 for JDH, 494, now 501 for Zach after a triple. Tetris for Zach, 560, 714 for JDH. Tetris JDH 756, so almost kind of a carbon copy of game 1. JDH out to a big, line lead. But Zach, has lines in hands and could potentially catch up. Now, Zach is going to have to bring this down, though, if that is going to happen. The left side, yes, that T is going to work. Okay, gonna get that Z piece to the left. You can see like the quick taps happening. Both players playing on keyboard. Zach with those quick taps, really using that body English to get him in and set up for a dirty. This is very gambly. And the long bar is not going to come. That's going to be a top out for Zach at 619. And JDH is good in game number 2. Black Ops says, I am not used to push down. But, you know, that's its own kind of strategy or psychology or tactic or whatever you want to call it. But pushing down and getting way out ahead of your opponent and then putting them in the position of having to chase down. And chase down, you know, it's really tough to do, even for good players. So GG's to both. JDH going to go up 2-0. Players, here are your pieces. Again, you can take a moment if you need it. It's going to be DCD953. DCD953. Jasmine27 in chat says, if I can trust a person to take a 0-2 to a 3-2, it's going to be Zach. Why do I feel like you know Zach? All right, DCD953. All right. Let's get these players started. Game number 3. Zach looking to win one to extend this match. JDH trying to wrap it right now. Have I been following the NBA Finals, Vandy? I cannot follow basketball. I really only have, the capacity to follow 1.5 sports. So I follow the baseball and the Red Sox like every day. And then football, I follow pretty much just the Patriots, and that's my half a sport. So I cannot just get in this grind of, following every single sport. Like my whole life is just wrapped up in watching sports. I can't do it. Line spin from JDH. Jazzy Josh, you really want this to be heard because you've said this in both YouTube and Twitch. So I don't know why you really want this to be heard. But you said it on 2 different channels. All right. I'm just not, I don't know why you want to say that about a player and you're so desperate to have it said about a player that you're going to put it in on Twitch and YouTube. I'm not sure it needs to be said in the first place. You can have, let me tell you guys something. You can have an unexpressed thought. You know what I mean? You can have thoughts that you don't express. I'm just saying. It's fine. You'll be okay. No, it's fine. I know the meme you're talking about. There's a sweaty gamer meme where it's not disrespectful, but it's just funny. It's fine. But yeah, there's that meme of, if you look it up, you'll find it. It's a funny meme. All right. Jazzy Josh, you've apologized 4 times. I think that is probably good. I see the resemblance too. I do see it. I just didn't say it out loud because people don't want to hear people when they're playing Tetris don't want to hear out loud that they look like a sweaty meme. All right, 240 for JDH. Colin says, speaking of sweaty meme, hi Tetris. Oh man, what the heck are you saying? Just the disrespect being bandied about in the chat of these channels. What the heck? 298 for Zach, 290 for JDH. Well, Jazzy Josh, I think I'm an honorary Canadian then because I'm the same way. Oh, Josh, do you think we should have a separate trivia and polls and prediction channel in the Discord? Just to take it out of general? What do you think? 389 for Zach, 340 for JDH. You put it in general because it's the most populated channel. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's general. It's totally fine. I just didn't know if it should be its own thing, like where people put the predictions and take polls and do trivia. It all seems to be like one kind of content, right? All right, Tetris for JDH, 457, 480 for Zach. Tetris says, please do. But is that because you don't want to see it? That's like contrary to the point, right? We don't want to squirrel away Jazzy Josh's specialty into this channel that no one looks at. You want more of a choice to not see it. I can see that. 488 for JDH, 530 for Josh. JDH into 19 now. Zach with still 12 lines to go until 19. So assuming he gets through 2 and through 19, he'll be outpacing JDH by a good amount. Tetris for Zach into 19 at 565. There's a column 9 Tetris for JDH. All right, Tetris Zach 623, 569 for JDH. Looking for something to tuck it over there. And yeah, just one line before that S-spin candidate came up. Of course, he gums up that well. 576 for JDH. 628 for Zach. So JDH, yeah, starting to cut into this lead. But again, this whole, who's ahead, who's behind, pace, whatever, complicated a bit by JDH aggressive pushdown because he's 19 lines ahead right now and the score is basically tied. So you got to keep that in mind with these score checks. Zach is ahead in score and behind in lines by 20. And, a lot of people do this as a strategy, pushing down because it puts uncertainty kind of into your opponent as to what they need. And then it kind of puts the onus on them to chase it down if you top, when you top out, if you get to the end. And chase down is not easy. That's right, Josh. You better root for JDH now. Tetris JDH 812, 731 for Zach. And 17 lines to go for JDH until 29. The virtually unsurvivable level and speed. All right, Tetris for JDH. 1 line to go. He's going to try to set up for 1 more. I mean, do you try to set up for 2 more here? Is it worth the risk? There's 1. JDH got some material on the board to sort of try to burn off here. Get a couple extra lines. Oh, can't get that double to the right. It's going to be a top out. The target is 931. 931 is the target for Zach. He's got 11 lines to go. That's 3 Tetrises of runway. 3 Tetrises would clinch it. Tetrises into 29 are worth 36,000 points. So he's got to find 2 Tetrises would not be quite enough, I don't think. So he's got, all right, so he's got all the lines he can get now, just needs to sort of, there is 1 Tetris. He's got to set up for another. He's got the piece to set up for it. This wouldn't be quite enough, though. It wouldn't be quite enough. That would not, yeah, if he got it, it would be, you know, he'd probably be about, what, 36, probably be about 4,000 points shy. It would not be enough, but kind of a mirror image of game 1. And yeah, I just needed to be able to set up for 2, for like 1 plus a triple maybe. And that is going to do it. JDH is going to be moving on, yeah, all the way to 29 every time. So great games from both of these players. It's going to go in the books as a 3-0, but clearly does not tell the whole story of this match. So GG's to both of these players. Zach, thanks for the opportunity to get a headshot for you. Next time you are here, you will have a real headshot at the bottom. So thanks for that, and hope to see you here again. Maybe we can be your 7th competitive game ever played. But GG's to you. Okay, let me go ahead and report the results of this. We'll bring up our next game. And yeah, JDH trying to compete try to complete the sweep for the 30, 31, and 32 seeds. We'll have a shot against Myles. JDH, unexpectedly solid player, says Oof means egg. Jazzy Josh says that JDH is now one of my favorite DAS players. 360 no scope headshot. Yes, that is the headshot we are going for. Art of the Troll. All right, so let's say goodbye to seed 19 and hello to seed 14. And we will have to edit the cameras and all that, so just give me a second to do that. All right, it's Myles After Dark. You want the 30-plus seed sweep so bad? I'm sure you do. I like it, Myles in his jammies. I'm appreciating that. I mean, yeah, it's like 9:45. I mean, I'm in my jammies all day, basically. All right. All right, let's see where Myles lands. Myles, is it possible to point camera up a little bit? Because we're getting like head totally cut off here. Is that possible? Just point up a little bit. Just give yourself a little bit of white space above the top of the head. Is that possible? That's better. That's a little better. All right. We can work with that. We'll work with that. That's fine. Myles too tall. Yeah, too tall Myles. We can work with it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. You're good. You're totally good. We got to make you look good for, you know, the socials. All right, let's get these players some pieces so they can start playing Tetris for our entertainment. And you can warm up a little, guys, if you need to. That is fine. Tetris says DAS is actually fun. You mean playing DAS, watching DAS, or what? Playing DAS, because you're kind of, yeah, you're kind of a recent convert, right? Well, let's see you in DAS Masters, Tetris. Let's see you in here. Get it. I don't find it fun anymore. You got to max and quit it back in December. I hate you so much. I would love to have said that in like 2018 or 2019. All right, I'm going to go for the max right now while I'm waiting for these people to warm up. If I get a max right here, though, guys, you're going to have to wait if I'm on max pace. All right. Jonas Cup win is in your future. Well, yeah, you can't achieve it if you don't believe it. Okay, A5787A. Both players have signaled ready, and they are ready, and I am ready, and you are all ready to get this thing started. Myles and JDH, the winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Myles, aka Myles the Great, aka Myles TG, aka Myles from Tetris. Go on your social media platform of choice, look up Myles Tetris, and you will find Myles playing officially licensed Tetris games only, of course, because why would you play anything that's not officially licensed? Myles qualified into seed number 14 with a 1.034 million. Myles got a one-round bye in virtue of his top 16 seeding, so he's playing his first match here in this tournament. Myles has a 1.21 million DAS PB. That's good for about 53rd on the overall leaderboard. And about 13 months ago, Myles became the 6th player to crash NES Tetris. This is his 7th appearance in DAS Masters. He's finished as high as the top 8, which he did in February of this year. He's also played in the Masters event like a billion times. He's been in the finals 4 times, semifinals an additional 5 times. Most recently in the Masters finals in October, and was in the semis last month. Challenger Circuit winner back in January of 2023. Was second in our Lone Star event in 2024. And was in the semis the year before. 5-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing as high as the top 8, which he has done twice in 2024 and this year in 2025. So a top 8er, Myles. Is that right? Is that right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Why does that not sound right? But I guess it is right. Myles also won the Desert Qualifier in 2022, second in Stillwater in 2024, and Waco that same year, and was first in CTB's Winter Games 2025. Let me refresh Myles' stream. Just keep playing is the mantra. Okay. We're going to keep refreshing them here. Players do keep playing. We'll see if it comes back. We're going to go. We're going to go 10. Yeah, we're going to go to 90 lines. If he's not back by 90 lines, then we will just try to replay it. He says refresh. All right, 251 here for JDH. Yeah, no. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and stop the match. It's early. It's close. We want to, so yeah, JDH, you can go ahead and top out or just keep playing for for warm up. But this game is officially called and does not count. So I'm going to try to get Myles back. All right, there you go. So Myles, if you can hear me, the game does not count. You can top out if you're still playing, but the fun fact, Das Master is an anagram of sad streams. What the heck? That is true facts right there. Sad streams. Oh my word. JDH, you've really told us something there. Oh yeah, I am muted. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna increment the seed players. A B6 7 8 7A, B6 7 8 7A. And we will start this one over toast. Just like Myles' stream, toast. All right, looks like both players are ready for game number one. Oh my God, it's the actual real game number one. Myles and JDH. Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters round two. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is the real, actual first time we're doing game number 1. Let us introduce you to our players on the left side of your screen. It is Myles, the great seed number 14, qualified into that spot with a 1.034 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period in virtue of his top 16 seed. Myles gets to start here in round 2, so this is his first game of the tournament. Myles is from the United States of America, has a 1.215 million DAS PB, which is good for about 53rd on the DAS PB list. Myles is the 6th game crasher. That happened in May of 2024. 6 times participant in DAS Masters previously, so this is his 7th appearance. He has finished as high as the top 8, and that was in February of this year. In the Masters event, Myles has been in the finals 4 times, in the semifinals 5 times, most recently in those semis was last month. Won a Challenger circuit back in January of 2023. Was the runner-up in Lone Star last year. Also a 5 times gold bracket player in CTWC. Finished in the top 8 in 2024 and 2025. So Myles coming off a strong showing in CTWC. Won the Desert Qualifier in 2022. The second at Stillwater last year and in Waco as well. And the winner of CTB, Classic Tetris Brawl Winter Games this year. That is Dog Playing Tetris's kind of multi-discipline Tetris Tournament Invitational. So Myles was the winner of that. You can find Myles online at a lot of different social platforms by searching for Myles and Tetris. So do that, and you'll see him playing Tetris. And on the right side, it's JDH. All right, 215 for Myles, 245 for JDH. No, just kidding. JDH qualified into seed number 30 with a 934. Defeated Zach Gameswell in round number 1. Has a 1.09 PB, contrary to what it says on your screen. JDH improved his PB very recently after I made this little placard. So GG's to JDH. 292 for JDH, 283 for Myles. This is JDH's 2nd appearance in DAS Masters. Made it to the top 16 in March of this year. Also, when we had multiple tiers of our DAS tournaments, JDH won one of those, the major circuit, back in November. And you may have seen JDH play in Kansas City the last 2 years and in Oklahoma. So those are the 2 players, Myles and JDH. Myles at 351, 324 for JDH. Hello Jasmine asks, who the hell is Myles Miller? Yeah, I wonder that myself sometimes. One thing I know about Myles Miller is he plays only officially licensed Tetris games. That's for sure. Whoever he is, that is one fact I know. That's right. He nods. He says, yes, that is true. 403 for Myles, 398 for JDH. We are all playing Red Bull Tetris. Is everyone really playing Red Bull Tetris? Oh, my goodness. Ay, ay, ay. Art of the Troll says, who is Miles Davis? What is that, a running back or something? No, of course, obviously. Legendary jazz player. Tetris says, Red Bull Tetris is so bad, hate to admit it. It's addictive? Jasmine apparently likes it. Yeah, you can win your way to Dubai. I did not say I liked it. I said it was addictive. Oh my goodness. I'll try. I'm going to try it, I guess. I don't know. Part of me doesn't want to really participate, but I'll try it. 541 into 19 for JDH. Myles 5'11", 15 lines to go, and JDH continuing his push down frenzy. So yeah, it really pushes down a lot and gets out way ahead. So it's a decent score here on level 19, 568, but not a great board. So trying to get this cleaned up so we can start scoring Tetrises again. Myles with a good looking board here. Long bar gets over for the Tetris. And oh no, JDH's left side. He doesn't really have any birds left, and the bar gets over. I believe that must have been quick tapped. And JDH still alive in this thing. 582 transition. That is very healthy transition for Myles. Casual 8 left, says Steel CE, indeed. Guys, we got tons more Das Masters for you tomorrow. We got 2 more preliminary brackets and then a top 16 bracket as well. Basically the blue bracket consisting of the purple and blue preliminary brackets, but it's the blue bracket. $626 for JDH, $669 for Myles. Myles sets up, gets a Tetris, $696. He's ahead by about 66,000 points. JDH needs to bring this down. Great T-spin. Square gets to the left for JDH. Another square gets over to the left. JDH doing everything he can to fight, to stay alive in this game. And no, is not going to be able to do that. That is a top out for JDH, and Myles is good in game number 1. Yeah, really good survival. I agree, Jasmine. It's good survival until it wasn't. You know, it's like, there's only so much you can survive. So great effort from JDH, indeed. So Myles, you're good. I'm going to plop pieces in the chat. All right, guys, these are all Bs. There are no 8s in the seed. EBB7B5. EBB7B5. All Bs, no 8s. Steel CE says, how are these guys NR, not rated? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good DAS players out there. EBB7B5. All right, both players are on seed. They've signaled ready to get him started in game number 2. Myles is up 1 game to none. Starting off with the T-O-I-T, Toit. All right. How for real is Myles not rated? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good you can go look at the Premier Poll at premierpoll.com and see who is rated, and then decide if one of those players shouldn't be on there. Now, we are going to, I believe, the DAS poll is up for a refresh. The main poll gets revoted every single month. DAS poll looks like it's going to be a quarterly cadence, so you can go look at it, premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. DJ Mr. Burrow with a new work schedule that's interfering with his live Tetris viewing. Well, Ravioli, you realize that, that rating is the DAS rating, not the overall open playstyle rating, right? So when you're watching this DAS tournament, the ratings will be from the DAS Premier poll. When you're watching Open Tournament, they will be in the Open poll, or from the Open poll. Tetris JDH 171, Myles with a dirty triple 131. Blue Scooty's grandpa is here. Pines Cutely is here. Acidic Ascetic is here. Steel CE, Hungry Max, Jasmine, Tetris, Art of the Troll, Galaxy Biscuit, Andrew Meep, Kafka's Cat, Dog Playing Tetris. All the stars are here. Thank you for hanging out on Twitch. YouTube, Mr. Burrow, Trudy, Ravioli, Whoops, Lori, Ricky Para, Tetris for Mario, Black Ops, James Holden. Thanks all for hanging out on YouTube. McMonkey says, yes, thank you very much, McMonkey. Appreciate the kind words. Stanislaw is over there on YouTube. 230 for Myles, 270 for JDH. All right, Myles about 50,000 points behind JDH, but also 10 lines behind. And Tetris is here worth 22,800. So, you know, if all those lines are Tetris's, then it's pretty darn close pace-wise. And I'll admit, guys, I do have a browser window open to the Red Sox Giants game, because it's the first game between the Red Sox and the Giants after one of their Red Sox big players was traded to the team they're now facing. It was just a few days ago, so just want to see the drama. 376 for JDH, 328 for Myles. Blue Scooty's grandpa says, recovering from bad cold from CTWC, not doing well. Oh my goodness. Well, don't wait to go to the doctor if you can help it. Don't let it fester and turn into something worse. So hopefully you'll be all right. And I, who did not go to CTWC, am perfectly healthy now. See, that's one of the benefits of not going. 410 for JDH, 360 for Myles. Sleepy Maddie, thanks for the raid party of 5. Appreciate that. You feel extra vindicated not paying for a Nesson to see the Sox after the Betts trade. Yeah, the Betts trade, inexcusable. They're never going to live that down. Worse than the Babe Ruth trade, in my opinion. My very important opinion. The Devers trade, I'm actually kind of pro that trade, to be honest. 486 for JDH, 434 for Myles. You didn't go and you think you have pneumonia? Oh my goodness. Well, all right, you got me. Myles Longbar barely gets over, kind of scrapes the top of that column 9. JDH trying to bring this stack down, bowling out the stack, getting pieces left and right. Myles just one line away from 19 and really all in on a bar, which is not coming. He's got no burns, and he's going to top out at 466. And JDH is good in game number 2. New pieces are here, players. When you're ready, you can take a moment if you need it, but the pieces are here. B41D, FB, all Bs. Yeah, I don't have MLB TV. I have radio. So I usually listen to the games while I'm working, which is a great way to do, or reading actually. You just kind of, one of my favorite things to do is like listen to the baseball game and then read during the commercials. I love doing that. It's like what a great way to spend a night. All right, both players are, look at it, it says bald FB. That's the seed, bald effing bastard. All right, anyway. All right, that's what Kingsman calls me all the time. That's pretty funny. All right, both players are ready. Let's get them started in game number 3. What was once a best of 5 now is a best of 3. Game number 3. That is what Kingsman calls me. You bald effing bastard. Oh, ooh, Vandy. Oh, you know, he calls me that. Literally, let's see how my seed is. This is my seed now. We'll see how we do. This better be a good seed. I invented Kingsman, so I'm allowed to say whatever I want. All right, we are underway. We're tied up at a game apiece. It's game number 3. Myles not able to survive the 19 transition. And JDH was, and that was the difference. And that one. All right, Myles gets a Tetris 101, 99,000 for JDH, gets a Tetris 121. And yeah, JDH loves pushing down. Harry Hong will say, see? And yeah, we had a tie in Masters last night. Sodium and Tetris time. Game 4. 12 lines in. Both topped out. Was it 9,880 points? If either of them had pushed down even a single piece, they would have won that one. Instead, we had to have a 6-game set because it went to a decider. And Sodium in the chat, yeah, was totally right. Like, Sidnev would have won that one. Why you get that one pushdown point? $264 Myles, $285 for JDH. Art of the Troll says JDH has skills. It's a very specific set of skills. 314 for JDH. Doc Pie loves it. Pushing down makes you play way worse with DAS. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like sometimes if I'm not pushing down, someone purchased a stencil ready shirt. Thank you for whoever did that. Really appreciate that. That is not a gift. That is not a gift. That is a purchase. So thank you so much to whoever purchased that stencil ready shirt. Scooty said hi. Hello, Scooty. Let's say hi back to him. 383 for JDH, 345 for Myles. We got to see Scooty back in DAS Masters one of these days. Of course, I'm sure he's got enough going on. Attending movie premieres and going on podcasts or whatever. It was you. It was Trudy. Oh, very nice. Which match was it that had the tie again? It was last night, Masters. I don't remember the colored bracket, but it was Tetris Time versus Sodium, game number 4. He's here all week. All right, Scooty is home. We got to get Scooty on. It's a particular set of skills. Well, thank you, Art of the Troll. I was wrong on the internet, guys. Thank you so much for looking it up and correcting me. It's very important. 5:45 for JDH. 6 lines to go until 19. There's a Tetris in for JDH. 568. Can he squeeze out one more Tetris before 19? I don't even think he's going to try. He's just going to take some nice, easy burns. Oh, he's got a dirty Tetris set up there and blocks it just in time. Uncovers. Long bar goes in, but not before an L doesn't make its way all the way to the left. So now he's got a little cleanup to do, but 596 through 137. Tetris for Myles. And all of a sudden, JDH kind of in trouble. $603 on 20. Tetris for Myles, 564. It's a good transition. He's got gaps in the stack as well. JDH trying to fight this down. I think Myles here might be in check down mode a little bit. You know Myles is a screen looker. You know that he's watching JDH trying to fight this down, trying to see. There's a dirty Tetris set up for JDH, and it looks like he's going to get out of this. Although maybe, well, we'll see if he does because he's setting up again. All right, there's a double. He's got a spire there in column 7 and 8. So you can see Myles was trying to wait him out a little bit, just see if he was going to top out, but JDH does not oblige. So Myles, well, he's, maybe he's still looking, but Myles, longtime Tetris pro, he's screen looking. And he's still in kind of singling mode. And JDH now with a good looking board. We'll see if Myles starts to build up for Tetrises again, and it does appear that he's going to do that. And a long bar down for a Tetris. So you can see, yeah, Myles, very serious Tetris player. I like when Game Scout made like a video, this secret technique, right? Like clickbait. And the technique was like looking at your opponent's screen. That's 725 for JDH, 690 for Myles. What a technique. The secret technique the pros use to win Tetris matches. They look at the screen of their opponent. Tetris for JDH, 791. Now, JDH is ahead by 20 lines. And, of course, only 17 lines to go until 29. So this will be a factor. And, yeah, I mean, with Myles only about 40,000 points behind, I mean, JDH probably has to try to push some pace here. Myles taking a few skims here. Tetris for JDH. He can potentially get one more. He is set up for it and gets it. Can he get any other points? The target is for Myles is going to be 934. So that is 73,000 points. It's 2 Tetrises and a little bit of change. And he's got 15 lines to do it. He can take his time. There's one Tetris, 930. And so, yeah, here's the change. Can you link JDH Twitch? I think it's just J_D_H. So Myles going to take this one. So Myles playing him like a fiddle, really. Just watching, screen looking. Waiting for him to, see if he'll top out. And really pitching to the score, as they say in baseball. And Myles is not going to get the long bar. No max out for Myles, but JDH says, I played myself like a fiddle. Yeah, so that is JDH's Twitch. Is just twitch.tv/J_D_H. So Myles going to go up 2-1. And this is kind of the disadvantage against a very strong player like Myles of pushing down, right? Oh, Dog says, I know how it feels, bro. Oh, rip. It's all right. Still the GOAT. 74, 86, 61 is the seed. 74, 86, 61. All right, 748-661. Well, Myles is up 2-1 over JDH. So if we want seed 30, 31, and 32 all to make it to the top 16, JDH has got to win this game right now. Myles looking to win and defend his top 16 seeding. Let's go, game number 4. All right, aside from that big chunk into that prize pool from Scott Gray, there hasn't been a lot of other activity in that prize pool, so please consider contributing to the prize pool. Use the Matcherino command in chat to bring up the links to the prize pool. MATCHERINO. Takes more than one person to, keep this tournament going, and yeah, one of those people is you. So if you like watching this, you want it to keep happening. One way to support the things that you like and want to keep happening is to contribute to that prize pool. So thanks to everybody who has contributed. And again, big shout out to Scott Gray for dumping 500 into that prize pool. It's very, very nice of you. Really appreciate it. 56,000 for Myles, 79,000 for JDH. It's actually hard to play the fiddle. So people are like, oh, you played him like a fiddle. It's like literally not easy to play a fiddle. So it's like, it's not like, oh, it's so easy. Like it was such an easy victory, You ever tried playing a fiddle? Not easy. All right, Tetris Myles 175, 185 for JDH. What's up, Chen? $235 for JDH, $223 for Myles. There's $602.99 in that prize pool. We are basically 60% of the way toward our goal. I even lowered the goal for you guys. $249 for Myles Longbar gets over. I don't know, when Myles has a setup like that with that 4-high double wide, well, how do you resist not making a delayed Vitz? Like, I can't resist it. I have to do it. It's a sickness. All right, Myles going to uncover the right side well. 300,000, 333 for JDH. All right, Tetris JDH 382. $20 contribution to that prize pool from Andy Co. Thank you so much, Andy Co. It's going to get us up to $622.99. Really appreciate that. Look at that. He heard it. He said, you know what? This applies to me. I want to keep the things I like happening, and I'm going to contribute. So thank you so much, Andy Co. Really appreciate that. Obviously, I know everybody's not in a position to contribute, but if you are, please consider it. $390 for JDH, 400 for Myles. So Myles now in the lead, and also, 10 lines in hand or more. JDH 9 lines away from 19. Myles still 23 lines to go. Vandy says, NGC man, I just attended my first live jazz show. It was so awesome. Oh, that sounds great. I am happy to hear that. I am a fan of a lot of jazz. $469 for JDH, 470 for Myles. Did they play Miles Davis? Well, there's a lot of different jazz here, so I don't know what they're playing, but it's good to hear NGC man. All right, Tetris for JDH 503, 538 for Myles. You'd have to sleep, 2-hour drive to baseball early tomorrow morning. Oh my God, very busy. NGC man is what, a baseball coach, right? All right. Myles on level 2575, 548 for JDH. And JDH long bar, column 9 gets another one for the Tetris 585. And yeah, JDH ahead by 19 lines plus. So, yeah, this push down really changes the dynamic of the game quite a bit. Oh, Myles in a little bit of a situation here. Able to get that L to the left. Trying to bring this down row by row. Oh, able to get a Z over to the left. Myles still trying to work this down. JDH with a good board. 693 long bar gets over. Tetris at left side for Myles. Oh no, that is going to do it for Myles in game number 4. So JDH has tied it up, and we are heading to a decider. Myles had a bit of an advantageous kind of situation because he was tied in score basically with JDH for a long while, but also had 20 lines in hand. So it was kind of a situation where kind of all he had to do was try and keep pace with JDH, wait for JDH to get all the way to the end, and then just kind of score a little bit, But you do have to keep pace, and you do have to keep your board going. So Myles not able to do that in that game, and now we have a decider. 906DCA. He wanted the decider hype. I'm sure he did. Well, now we have it. 906 DCA. 906 DCA. Oh, the Red Sox are leading 5-4 in the 5th. Hamilton with a home run. Willie Abreu is back. I'm sure you're all happy to hear that. Devers is hitless. That's what we like to see. All right, looks like both players are ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 1 between Myles and JDH. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. JDH says MLB will be suing you for saying that. Yeah, because the accounts and descriptions of this game are the property of Major League Baseball, of course. And oh man, what have I done? That's it. CTM is cooked. Major League Baseball is going to own CTM. They've got John Boy now, and now they're coming after CTM. They're going to build their streaming empire. All right, Tetris for JDH 52,000. Oh, that's true. We'll get on TV that way. All right, MLB, if you're listening, I'll happily sell you CTM. 2 million. That's it. Ravioli says, Vandy, when you retire, I'll commentate. Well, are you commentating Tetris right now? Like, you know, you got to get in there and commentate Tetris. Restream matches. It's not just, you know, commentating it, which I'm very bad. There's all the other stuff you got to do. If MLB takes over CDM, does that mean Vandy finally gets paid? Yeah, that's what I'm really waiting for. Waiting for one of the 4 major sports leagues to come and say, boy, we really need a Tetris tournament. Ravioli, you are streaming Tetris matches and commentating them. You got to do that. Tetris for Myles, 192, 178 for JDH. All right, Tetris JDH 271, 10,000 points ahead, 11 lines ahead. Tetris JDH 296. There's one for Myles, 308. $358 Myles, 392 JDH. JDH ahead by several lines, pushing down. Tetris Myles, 407, 417 JDH. right, JDH 10 lines away, 8 lines away from 19. Tetris is 558. Myles 15 lines away at 529. So we'll see when JDH crosses in. JDH with a 584 transition into 19. So we'll compare that with what Myles gets. Remember, 584 or whatever it was. All right, it's an immediate traffic here for JDH as he transitions into 19, but getting it cleaned up. Oh, yeah, that S piece was like useless. And oh no, JDH's right side built way up. Okay, should be able to get some pieces over to that left side. Myles is into 19 at 601. A 600K transition for Myles with DAS is pretty good. We're seeing a lot more 600K transitions with DAS lately. Players continuing to level up their DAS skill. JDH in a very precarious situation, so got to bring down as many burns as he can. Should be able now to access that left side. Yes, and does. All right, JDH clean, open on the right side. Let's see if he can get a bar with an open well. Oh, that left side. Okay, let's see. He's bringing it down. The well is closed, and yeah, players going through a little bit of a drought here, or at least JDH is. JDH going to survive this little scare and get a long bar in for a Tetris. 658 for him. 634 for Myles. And if that just looks like routine to you because all you've been watching is roller matches, let me tell you one thing, my friend. That is not easy. 694 for JDH, 670 for Myles. JDH 20 lines ahead. Bacon wants me to react more to the digs. I mean, you can see the digs. They speak for themselves. Me yelling about it doesn't make it any better, all right? 762 for JDH. 706 for Myles. It's also 10:40 at night here, dog. Tetris for Myles, 747, 808 for JDH, 13 lines until 29 for JDH. Myles still with over 30 lines to go. Tetris for JDH, he's into level 28. Tetris for JDH, 877. If he can go no burns, he can get 2 more. Really needs to do that. Long bar, Tetris, JDH. And he gets set up for 1 more. He can. Long bar gets over. Tetris JDH 948. So he's done everything he can do. 950 is the target for Myles. Needs 125,000 points. Tetris is here worth like 34, 35,000 points. Myles trying to get his board just clean. He's got 7 lines until 29. He knows he's got to build on top. There's 1 Tetris for Myles. He's going to need basically 2 more, and he's building for 2 more. And he's needs like bars galore right now. There's 1 bar, and he's trying to get another one, and he can't do it. And Myles is going to top out at 904. And JDH, the 30 seed, has made it into the top 16. Oh my word, JDH coming out of seed number 30, defeating Myles in a decider. Myles just can't get it done right at the end. Not easy to set up for 2 Tetrises. What the heck? That is absolutely, yeah, JDH played himself like a fiddle, right? Yeah, oh my word. JDH in a decider. You are going to the top 16. Wow. Oh my word. What the heck? We're going to go ahead and report that. Let's take a look at our crazy bracket situation right now. What a match. GG's to you, Myles. Myles says you need to play NTSC and get a 1.2. Oh, yeah, because JDH is known for, like, PAL, I guess. And Myles kind of complimenting JDH and say, yeah, you need to get a 1.2. Like, you've got that in the bag. So, respect from the losing player to the winning player today. Well, it's going to be JDH. Congratulations to you. You're going to that top 16. Let's take a look at our crazy top 16 situation right now in DAS Masters. It's actually really, really crazy. Let's refresh both of these. For one thing, all right, well, this is not the crazy side of it. Oh, wait, that's Masters. What am I doing? DAS Masters, where are you? Yeah, here we go. Wallbant, seed number 28, is in. Oof means egg, seed number... This is a 32-player tournament. See into the top 16. 32, Oof means egg, is in. Seed number 31, meme, is in. Seed number 30 is in. So seed 28, seed 30, seed 31, and seed 32 are into the top 16. All the teen players are like not, I mean, they're all, only one player from the teens is into the top 16. Oh wait, Hana is in. All right, yeah, there you go. Hana's in. But what the heck? 31, 30, 32, 28. We have what, 2 brackets remaining? So I guess we want C-dubs. I guess we're rooting for C-dubs to get through Rorschach and Scotto. Actually, 10 is not a teen. Actually, you're right. But it was the one with a 1 in front. It's 0-teenth. So yeah, I guess we're rooting for C-dubs to get through Rorschach and Scotto to face Leo. And then I guess we're rooting for username Gold, which is the lowest of the low seeds, to get through Robin and to get through Robin. 4 of the 5 bottom seeds are in. This is the scores. Yeah, so these are the scores. Oof is in, Meme is in, JD is in, Wallbant is in. Yeah, I mean, that is wild. I mean, what the heck? Do we have to go to top? Do we need 48 player DAS Masters now? Is this what's happening? We got to go to 48 now. Or we can add we can add 1 extra round and go to 40. I was watching JDH on his stream. He's a really good stacker. Well, it wouldn't be 4 flat. You can just add 1 more round. Every subsequent round, just add 8 players. We can add 1 more round. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Well, congratulations, JDH. You know, I don't know. I feel like no matter what, you're beating a player like Myles, DAS, or otherwise. Who knows? You're feeling pretty good. So congratulations, JDH. Amazing time. Thanks to everybody who supported the channel and the stream today. And we will show you what you have done. New, or at least resubs. Galaxy Biscuit with the sub. Sleepy Maddie with the raid. Party of 5. Thank you for that. Prizes. Yes, we are up to $622.99. We had some big contributions today. One from Scott Gray in the amount of $500. That gets us halfway to our goal. That adds to our 120 or 100 we already had in. Andy Co follows that up with a $20 contribution. Thank you, Andy Co. Really appreciate that. Yeah, thanks a lot. Uf means egg. Appreciate that. Who is Bald Shaggy? That's Rorschach. He's a Polish player. He's got a bald head and a shaggy beard, which, his name tracks. All right, so thank you again, Scott Gray and Andy Coe. And Junior, I think, did it earlier today or last night. Thanks, Junior. Thanks to our patrons, everybody on the screen here. Also, Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat and Mila. Appreciate everybody. Tomorrow, it's 5-5. Red Sox Giants now. We got ourselves a contest. Did Devers get it? No, good. He's 0 for 3. Anyway, tomorrow we've got more DAS Masters. It's just DAS all day, 12 p.m. That's noon. Yeah, noon Texas time. Or 17 UTC. DAS Masters yellow. That's going to be that Salted Sofa username Gold and Robin bracket. That is tomorrow at 17 UTC, 12 Texas time. 2 hours after that starts, it's going to be the blue and purple top 16. Blue and purple. So this Pixel Andy Dog Bendy Wall Bant, that quadrant match 1920. And then the resulting matchup of the winners there. That's going to happen tomorrow. So be here for that. And then 3 hours after that started. So basically we're going like 12 to 7. So 17 to midnight UTC. There's DAS Masters. So it's going to be a long day if you're old pal Vandy. But what the heck? We got Tetris, man. We got Tetris to bring you. But anyway, yeah, DAS Masters Pink, that's also happening. That's going to wrap up the day tomorrow. Rorschach versus C-Dubs. Winner versus Scotto Bozo. So that is tomorrow. And then Sunday, it's all Masters. Tons of Masters. 2 top 16 brackets. Plus the orange round 1, round 2. And the players on Sunday will be people like Huff and Toogie, Knight, Andy, Myles, Wallbant, Dog, Alex T, Hydrant, Tetris Time, Blue Scooty. So big Tetris powerhouses in Masters on Sunday as well. So really just join us all weekend. Don't leave, ever. All right, YouTube, we will see you tomorrow at noon Texas time. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody. Take care. Twitch will raid you off somewhere. Thanks, Chaos. Appreciate that. Fancy Mimi, really appreciate it. Good night, Art of the Troll, Bacon,